A femme fatale is what is known as an archetype or a symbol in literature. Each archetype shares a set of similar ideas or traits throughout classic storytelling or in the media. The really cool thing to me is that these characters show up in everyday life. You may be a femme fatale, or if not, you likely know one. Art reflects life, and life reflects art. So let's get started and take a closer look at the one, the only femme fatale. Hello everyone, my name is Eva. I am an author, a book coach, and a ghostwriter, and today I am really excited because we are starting the series on characters. Now, this may mean a real life characters that you encounter every day, or the ones that you want to read about in a book or write about in a story. Now, I am certainly one to spin a good yarn, and I love character development. The more complex and compelling a character is, the better for your writing. Now, characters are really fun, but they typically find or follow some sort of pattern that shows up throughout different forms of writing. So there are tons of different archetypes or characters. One example is, of course, the hero of the story. You might be a hero or know someone who is always saving the day or coming in to right any sort of wrongs or misgivings that have happened. Another character we see in everyday life is the rebel or the outlaw. Now, this is the person who always seems to be getting into trouble, or one that the family or friends always feel the need to watch out for. This person is also known as the black sheep. Another character that we typically see is the caregiver or nurse. Now, this is a person who is always offering respite to others or nursing them back to health. So if you have that auntie in your family, for example, that you call for that recipe or that remedy, and she gonna tell you to get that sock and that onion or that soup bone or whatever it might be, she is the caregiver. Now, of all the characters, my favorite is the femme fatale, and I think that this character is often underrated. Now, femme fatale is also known as the fatal woman. Now, as a Scorpio woman, I have been accused of being a femme fatale once or twice, or maybe even thrice. But I think this is because Scorpio women are very misunderstood. It might be our, witty and cunning intellect, or our mysterious ways, or what have you, or seduction, which is a very big tenet as far as this character goes. But I think that the femme fatale is misunderstood. This character is always exciting and thrilling, so we are going to take a closer look. The femme fatale is determined, obsessed, focused, seductive, and charming. She may be attached emotionally, yet detached from reality. She may also reject motherhood or family in favor of individual pursuits. This is a woman who dominates professionally or whatever her craft may be, yet when it comes to love, consider her star-crossed, or one that is unlucky or unwilling when it comes to true romance. The following characters illustrate the femme fatale. There's Amy Dunn from Gone Girl, Catherine Trammell in Basic Instinct, Madison Bell from Swim Fan, Bonnie Castle from the movie Original Sin, every Catwoman, most Bond girls, and not to mention Claire Underwood from House of Cards and Mystique from X-Men. Oftentimes, the reader or audience cannot figure out why the man in question cannot see what the rest of us see. He is blinded by his desire. In literature, the beautiful, charming seductress often ensnares her lover in a whirlwind of passion and then leads him into compromising or deadly traps. Woo! Is it getting hot in here? She is fatally flawed in that she cannot fight her urge for double-crossing, dream-selling, and manipulation. She may act alone or as an agent, but no matter how hard she tries to suppress her nature, it comes to the surface. I believe the femme fatale or the fatal woman is the most interesting archetype or character because you never really know what she's going to do. She's unpredictable. She is not afraid of being confident or being in control of her physicalities. Now, this woman will either turn your life upside down or turn your life right side up. But in any case, it's going to be a roller coaster ride, as she not only wants a piece of your heart, she wants your very soul. Let's get into 5 characteristics or telltale signs of a femme fatale. Now, if you want to include this woman in your writing, here are some ways to incorporate this. Or if you might suspect you might be or in the presence of a femme fatale, here are some tips and hints. One main sign of a femme fatale is eye contact and or gestures. Now, any psychologist will tell you that eye contact is a sign of confidence, and the femme fatale definitely has that. She's going to give you a piercing stare, and she's going to include some sort of subtle gesture. Maybe that will be a dismissive flick, a switch of the hip, or an ever-piercing stare. Number 2, the femme fatale is in direct control of her physical and sexual prowess. Instead of running away from her passions, she runs towards them, and the attention is to get whatever she desires. Now, this is in direct conflict with the male ego because this form of dominance is considered, a little intimidating sometimes. Number 3, the femme fatale might be subject to mood swings. Now, she is ever the thinker, which means her strategy might need to change. Now, she might be going from a hot, passionate, fiery individual to one that is cold, dismissive, and restrained. It all depends on what the situation calls for. So watch out for those mood swings. Number 4, when she's bored, she leaves. When the passion and flame dies out, she's out of there. There goes the fun, and there goes your femme fatale. Number 5, she is hard to get rid of. Just consider the phrase, if you with her, you stuck with her. So if she decides to stay and not just play, just know you are going to be in for the ride of a lifetime. Now, this is going to be your ride or die individual, so don't play with it. Play with it if you want to. If you are writing about a femme fatale, you might consider how it's classically used. Now, this character is often represented as a seducing vampire or a siren or someone who is luring a man in and sometimes meets his demise in so doing. Now, as I mentioned, femme fatales generally get a bad rap, but if you can harness and trap that fiery passion, what you have is an explosive, dynamic woman who's in charge and confident. And who can say that they don't want a woman like that around? She can be your best friend and an incredible ally. So again, include the femme fatale in your writing. Notice them in your everyday life, and by all means, stay on her good side. Visit my website for more information on writing. The link is in the description. And until next time, be confident in your writing and your speech. Bye-bye.